Hello, my friend. Karl Pilsl is here. I'm so excited to come to you today via this video again, and very excited, and it's very special to me to be part of inspiring better business, this global vision reaching around the world. I've written this book called The ABC Leader. I'm actually holding the German version here, but look for it in English, The ABC Leader, where I take 26 qualities, 26 characteristics of a true leader, and I take a letter of the alphabet and have found a word corresponding with that letter. We've talked about authenticity, A for authenticity. We've talked about B for belief. We've talked about C for character, and D for dedication. And today I want to talk about the letter E, which is enthusiasm. How important is it for a leader to be enthusiastic? I believe very. Now, what does enthusiasm really mean? Now, I love to study words, and when you take the word enthusiasm and trace it back to its original meaning, in the Greek, it stands for En, which is E-N, Theo, which means God within. It was actually referring to a person full of God, full of God. That's actually what enthusiasm means. A person that is filled with God, a person that is full of God's Spirit. So it's more than just excitement. Now, excitement is important, but I've seen so many people that were excited like a firework that is awesome to see, that's a great display, but it's over very quickly. As a leader, I've seen it over and over again that people were excited, people were on fire, and 2-3 weeks later, they were nowhere to be found. They were gone. The fire was high and big and hot and great, but as great as it was, so quickly it was gone again. I'm not talking about this quick excitement or putting on excitement or putting on a show. I'm talking about this deep inner burning that as leaders we have to have, and it comes from the purpose. It comes from knowing who you are and knowing what you do and knowing why you do it, why you're in business, why you're in ministry, why you do what you do. So this enthusiasm must come from within. Whenever you find somebody like that, you find a person that is excited and on fire for the long haul. For instance, a John Bon Jovi, which is one of my favorite musicians. I like the guy because I grew up with that music. The guy's been in business as a rock and roller for over 30 years, I think almost 35 years. He's a great family man. He's got 4 children. He's a guy that I really respect as a human being, because it's not easy for a rock and roller to stay grounded and founded with a family. I love the fact his first son found out that he's a rock and roll star in school. His fellow students told him who his dad was. To him, he was just dad, but he was full of this burning fire, and still 35 years down the road, still producing great songs with a lot of good lyrics even, and I just love that burning in people that exceeds decades. That's awesome to me. So enthusiasm goes deep within. It means God within. Or take the word inspiration, being inspired. It comes from in spirit, the spirit within, being inspired. And this is more than just a quick fire or a quick burning. It comes from within, knowing your purpose, living with vision. And I want to recommend a book to you, by the way. It's from Rick Warren. You may have read it already, called The Purpose-Driven Life. And I believe if you're purpose-driven, you're going to have that indwelling spirit, that inspiration, that enthusiasm. I wrote down a few words about enthusiastic people. They're hungry. Are you hungry? They're curious. Yes, curious. Are you curious? Are you always asking questions? I love asking questions. When I sit in an airplane, I just drill people next to me. If they're interesting to me, I ask questions. When I meet a new person, I ask questions. I'm curious. I'm hungry. I'm unsatisfied. Now listen, I didn't say I'm thankful. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful, but I'm never satisfied. I believe there's more to be had and more to accomplish and more to be lived. Now, I'm always stretching. The enthusiastic person is a stretching person. Enthusiastic person moves people. Enthusiastic person is a fighter, fights for what's right and his cause. Enthusiastic person is an inspiring person, a dedicated person, a joyful person, a person of humility, and a person of hope. Now, before we close this video, I also have to tell you about 3 fire extinguishers. You may have seen them in your family or in your surroundings. Certain people, number 1, can be fire extinguishers. You have people in your surroundings that always try to put out the fire, always discouraging. You can love them and you need to love them, but you don't need to spend all day with them. You may say, hey, I love you, but I don't want to lose my dream. I don't want to lose my vision. I need to just, stay away a little bit. Certain people will extinguish the fire. Now, compromise will extinguish the fire. Too many compromises in your life will extinguish the fire, and lack of discipline. Lack of discipline will put out the fire in your life. So watch out for these fire extinguishers and look out for the qualities in your life that will enhance the fire. Stay hungry, stay curious, ask great questions, know your purpose, and surround yourself with the right people to burn deeply from within.